Hi YouTube, it's Maddie the Empty Nest Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, I'm so glad you came back. And if it's your first time, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first in a new series I'm bringing for 2021, and I'm calling it Tidy in 10. Here I have the timer I intend to use to time myself and figure out what I can do in 10 minutes to tidy up my craft room. And there's a couple of reasons I am bringing this series to you. The first is I used to love a series from RTS. I will link that channel below. She is not making YouTube anymore. I believe she's on another platform. And she is fabulous. And she used to have something called the 15-minute mixer. And I would put it on my computer and let it play in the background, and I would do something for 15 minutes. So when I am tidying in 10 minutes, I hope you will take some time and do something. It doesn't have to be tidying, but do something for 10 minutes that fits into your week. So I am going to use my iPad to time myself, and I've prepared something that I plan to tidy. Now, just so you understand, the reason I did this is because over time, when I have organized my room, there have been things that I looked at that were so overwhelming that I had to partialize. That's something I use in my work, partializing, and I try to carry it through to all aspects of my life because I find it really useful, especially when trying to attain goals. So, if I don't complete a job in 10 minutes, that's okay, because my goal is to do something for 10 minutes, and it may be a partial project. And the next time I go back, I'll do 10 minutes more. So I'm going to put this timer aside and set it when I have my materials in front of me, and I hope you'll play along and see what you can do in 10 minutes. So let's see if we won't break the iPad. That would be great. Moving it even further aside, but I am going to start it as soon as I get my materials in front of me. Okay, so this is my box of pre-stamped sentiment strips, and this is a bag of Ziplocs. So I've had this bag in my room for 1 billion years, and I plan to use it. So in here I have a great deal of work in front of me, but what happens is when I go to use it, everything is all jumbled up, and that is not really useful. So I'm going to take my super sophisticated baggies and see if I can separate them out in some way, and that will be my first leg of tidying up this big box of sentiments. So I'm going to pop them open and start the timer. Here we go. So I'm just going to dump this. Dump it right on out. And I have various things. I have strips, and I also have things that look like cutouts, but they are not really, because at the time I made them, I did not have a die cut machine. I made them on my scan and cut, and we'll see how well they held up and if we're going to keep them. In my mind, the easiest thing to do right now is to separate them into die cuts, strips, and black and white. So here we go. This is going to be separate for the strips and for the die cut type items. And then after I have done that, if I'm able to do that in the 10 minutes, we'll see about going through them even a bit further. So you can see it's a tedious job, and for super tedious jobs like this, One fun thing to do is go on YouTube and talk to people to keep you from falling asleep. The second thing to do is to partialize it into smaller portions so that you don't have to be doing this for a million years. And then when you get to the next step, maybe you take another small portion. It took me, no joke, like a year to organize my stickers. I had so many stickers. It was so overwhelming and daunting to think about organizing them. It's a wonder I didn't just throw them all out. But I took my stash of stickers little by little and organized them in a way that I find to be super useful right about now. And I'm very glad that I did it. So the fact that I was able to accomplish that really did encourage me to approach things in that way in a larger scale in my craft room. Let's see if we can move this along a little bit quicker by picking up bunches. I think that will work even better. And then maybe at the next Tidy in 10, I will take one section and break it down further, and eventually I will have organized sentiment strips that are easy to find and way more useful. Dumping this big bucket to find a little thing I think I know I didn't use yet is just not very helpful. But I believe, or at least I hope, once they are organized in a manner that is reasonable, I'll be able to find what I'd like to use in much shorter order. And hopefully all the work that I did to pre-make all of these sentiment strips and die cuts will be super useful, and I will be able to create cards and layouts much more easily once things are organized. So if you have something in your room, especially something that you really like to use, but you pull it out and you can't find what you thought you had, well, that item is still useful. Maybe you just need to keep that item in a different way so that when you want it, when you are working on that project and you just want to grab it, you can have it in a place that is much more easy for you to find. So this is my idea, separating the black and white, because this is the easiest starting spot for me. If you have something to organize and you can imagine what would be an easy starting spot for you, please, I hope you will bring it along, put this on pause, start it from the beginning, and join me on this little task. What I need to organize and what you need to organize are more than likely not the same thing. However, if you do have a bucket like this, feel free to follow along, make suggestions, because I don't have an end game. This is just the middle game. This is the starting point of what is not working. And if you've been crafting a while, it's more likely that you have things that are not working for you too. And do you want to change that? Do you want to put in any energy to change that? Will crafting be more fun for you, excuse me, if you do change that? For me, if I can grab what I need while I'm working without much difficulty, that makes me happy. And the goal for me in my craft room is I want to be happy. And I believe most crafters do want to be happy. So if your goal is to be happy in your craft room, and there are things in your room that are standing in the way, go after it. And if you want, go after it in 10-minute intervals. You don't have to organize your whole room at once. You don't have to organize all of your ink pads at once. Do what you can, and each time you go back, you will have less to do. And when I came to the end of organizing my sticker collection, I was so thrilled that I could not even control myself. And when I went on Crops and just grabbed my organized stickers for a project I knew that I was going to be working on, it was easy peasy. I just was super excited, and I've been able to use my stickers more. I didn't buy any more stickers since I found out exactly what I had, and I don't intend to buy stickers anytime soon because I know that I have way too many stickers right now. So if you also really want to get a good handle on what you have in certain areas of your craft room, and you really don't have a good handle of that because it is not well organized for you, then I encourage you to just partialize that job, see what you can get done, and move along to the next step the following week for another 10 minutes. So I completed this little portion of my task with 1:14 to spare. So I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna fill these babies up in these little Ziploc bags. Don't know the next step, but if you have any good ideas for what to do as a next step after I sort out each little baggie even more, because I don't have an end game of where they'll be stored, but I do know this was not a good plan. So until next time, I hope you enjoy your crafting. I hope you are staying safe. And if you found this information useful, please subscribe down below, leave me a comment, and let me know what you would like to see. And I will see you in the next episode in the series when I dive deeper into this mess and see if I can make sense of it. I hope you used your 10 minutes usefully, and I hope you had fun. Bye-bye, YouTube.